Red Eyes Black Dragon. Dragon normal. A ferocious dragon with a deadly attack. Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. Zombie Synchro Effect. 1 zombie tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. During your opponent's turn, quick effect. You can target 1 zombie monster in your graveyard except Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. Special summon it. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie monster you control. Special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord once per turn. Vision with Eyes of Blue. When you activate this card, you can reveal 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. Special summon 1 monster from your hand. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control. Return that face-up monster to the hand. Then you can apply the following effect. Based on the original name of the card returned to the hand. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Special summon 1 monster from your hand. Other special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your hand. You can only activate 1 Vision of Blue Eyes per turn. Timaeus the United Dragon. Dragon Effect. You can send 1 spellcaster monster or 1 spell or trap that mentions Dark Magician from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a spellcaster monster. You can only use each effect of Timaeus the United Dragon once per turn. Yorishiro of the Aqua Effect. You can target 1 water monster in your graveyard. Apply 1 of these effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except water monsters. Only if the target has a level until the end phase. This card's level, also its name, become the same as that monster's. Only if Yumi is on the field, special summon that monster in defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Yumi in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Yorishiro the Aqua once per turn. Maple Maiden. Fairy Synchro Effect. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. If this card is special summoned, you can declare 1 attribute. This card gains the following effect. All face-up monsters become that attribute. You can send 1 monster in your opponent's main monster zone. Your opponent must send 1 card from among its adjacent monster zones or spell and trap zones to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Maple Maiden once per turn. Libromancer Magic Girl. You can reveal 1 ritual monster in your hand. Special summon this card from your hand. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can ritual summon 1 Libromancer ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. You can only use each effect of Libromancer Magic Girl once per turn. Therian Lily Borea. Plant Effect. You can only use each of the following effects of Therian Lily Borea once per turn. You can target 1 Therian monster, 1 plant monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, equip that monster to this card. You can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add one Therian spell trap from your deck to your hand. A Therian monster equipped with this gains 700 attack. Also can activate the second effect listed above as if it were Therian Lily Borea. Gem Knight Lady Rose Diamond. Fairy Fusion Effect. 1 Gem Knight monster plus 1 Fairy monster. Once per opponent's turn, the first time a Gem Knight monster you control will be destroyed by card effect, it is not destroyed. During your turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish 1 Gem Knight card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up card from your opponent controls and destroy it. Alba Lenatus, the Abyss Dragon. Dragon Fusion Effect. 1 Fallen of Albaz plus 1 Dragon monsters. Cannot be used as fusion material. Must be either fusion, summoned, or special summoned by sending the above monsters from any monster zones to the graveyard. This card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of materials used for it. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add 1 polymerization normal spell or fusion normal spell from your deck to your hand. Bysteel Magnamut Dragon Effect. You can target 1 light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. If this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect. During the end phase of this turn, add 1 dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Bysteel Magnamut. You can only use each effect of Bysteel Magnamut once per turn. Bella Muinir de Nuvilis, Beast Warrior Ritual Effect. You can ritual summon this card with a recipe card. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Nuvilis or recipe card from your deck to your hand. You can target 1 attack resistant monster your opponent controls, tribute it, and if you do, special summon 1 level 6 Nuvilis ritual monster from your hand or deck. This is a quick effect if this card is special summoned by the effect of Nuvilis monster. You can only use each effect of Buinmane de Nuvilis once per turn. Welcome Labyrinth. Special summon 1 Labyrinth monster from your deck, also until the end of the next turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck, except fiend monsters. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can set this card. You can only use each effect of Welcome Labyrinth once per turn. Centurion Primera. Spellcaster Tuner Effect. When this card is a continuous trap, level 5 or higher Centurion monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Centurion Primera once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Centurion card from your deck to your hand, except Centurion Primera. You cannot special summon Centurion Primera for the rest of this turn. During the main phase, if this card is a continuous trap, you can special summon this card. Supreme Dragon King Odd Eyes, Dragon Pendulum Effect. You can tribute 2 Supreme Dragon King monsters. Special summon this card from your hand. If your pendulum monster battles an opponent's monster, any battle effect it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can tribute this card. Special summon up to 2 Supreme King Dragon or Supreme King Gate pendulum monsters from your face-up extra deck in defense position, except Supreme King Odd Eyes. Number 1, Infection Buzz King. Fiend Xyz effect. 2+ level 8 monsters. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can attach 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to this card as material. You can only use each of the following effects of Number Infection Buzz King once per turn. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can look for your opponent's extra deck and send 1 card from it to the graveyard. You can detach one material from this card. Then target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Then if you have destroyed a face-up monster, inflict damage to your opponent's equal to half the attack it had on the field. Valmonica Chosen Melody. Apply one of these effects. You must control a Valmonica monster card to activate and to resolve this effect. If you control a Valmonica Link monster, you can apply both effects in sequence. Gain 500 life points also for the rest of this turn. Your opponent cannot target Valmonica monsters you control with card effects. Take 500 damage. Then you can negate the effects of 1 effect monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. You can only activate 1 Valmonica Chosen Melody per turn. Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames. Fiend Link effect. 2+ effect monsters. You cannot special summon monsters except fire monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Promethean Princess, Bestower of Flames once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 fire monster from your graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target 1 fire monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card. Snake Eyes Poplar. Pyro effect. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 Snake Eye spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard, place it in face-up on its owner's spell and trap zones as a continuous spell. You can only use each effect of Snake Eyes Poplar once per turn. Sorcerer of Sebek. Aqua Link effect. 2 effect monsters. When this card or your monster gains points to inflict battle damage to your opponent, you can gain that much life points. If a player gains life points, even during the damage step, you can make each player take 1,000 damage. You can only use each effect of Sorcerer of Sebek once per turn. Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. Add 1 goblin monster from your deck to your hand, then you can apply the following effect. Detach 1 Xyz material from a monster on either field, and if you do, special summon 1 level 4 or lower goblin monster from your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Detach 1 Xyz material from a monster on either field. Then you can add one goblin monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Goblin Biker Grand Entrance once per turn. King of the Ashen City. Pyro effect. If Obsidium the Ashen City is in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon King of the Ashen City once per turn this way. During your main phase, you can special summon one Ashen monster from your hand, except King of the Ashen City. Or if your opponent controls a monster with 2800 or more attack, you can special summon it from your deck instead. You can only use this effect of King of the Ashen City once per turn. Magispector Orthrus New. Spellcaster Link effect. 2 Pendulum monsters, including Magispector monster. If this card is link summoned, you can add up to 2 face-up Magispector Pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand. Then you can add up to 2 Magispector Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck to your face-up extra deck. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Magispector or Draco Slayer monsters. You can only use this effect of Magispector Orthrus New once per turn. The Winged Dragon of Ra, Sphere Mode. Divine Beast effect. Cannot be special summoned. Requires 3 tributes from either side of the field to normal summon to the side of the field. Cannot be normal set. Then shift control of this card's owner during the end phase of the next turn. Cannot attack. Your opponent cannot target this card for attacks or by card effects. You can tribute this card, special summon one Winged Dragon of Ra from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. And if you do, its attack and defense will become 4,000. Warrock Skylar. Warrior effect. Gains 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls during a battle phase in which your Earth Warrior monster battles. Quick effect. You can target one level 5 or lower warrior monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Also, all Warlock monsters you currently control gain 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot attack directly with level 5 or lower monsters. You can only use this effect of Warrock Skylar once per turn. Element Saber Makani. Warrior effect. Once per turn, you can send one Element Saber monster from your hand to your graveyard. Add one Element Saber or Elemental Lord monster from your deck to your hand, except Element Saber Makani. Once per turn, if this card is in your graveyard, you can declare one attribute. This card in the graveyard becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. Disciple of Nephilus. Spellcaster effect. During your main phase, you can destroy one card in your hand, and if you do, add one Nephilus monster from your deck to your hand, except Disciple of Nephilus. During your next standby phase, after this card is destroyed by the card effect you sent to the graveyard, you can add one Nephilus spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Disciple of Nephilus once per turn. Knight's End Sorcerer. Spellcaster Tuner effect. When this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard. Banish them. Nebufera, Valmonican Haloheathen. Fiend Link Effect. One effect monster. Cannot be link summoned unless you have 3 or more resonance counters on Fiend monster cards in your Pendulum Zone. You can only special summon Nebufera, Valmonican Haloheathen once per turn. If cards you control would be destroyed in battle or card effect, you can remove 3 resonance counters from your Pendulum Zone instead. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect. You can target one of your Valmonica normal spells or traps that is banished in your graveyard. Apply that card's activation effect. Time Thief Redoer. Psychic Xyz effect. 2 level 4 monsters. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can attach the top card of your opponent's deck to this card as material. Quick effect. You can detach up to 3 types of materials from this card, then apply the following effects depending on what was detached. Monster. Banish this card until the end phase. Spell. Draw 1 card. Trap. Place 1 face-up card your opponent controls on top of the deck. You can only use this effect of Time Thief Redoer once per turn. Nightmare Unicorn. Fiend Link Effect. 2 plus monsters with different names. If this card is link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card on the field. Shuffle it into the deck. Then if this card was co-linked when that effect was activated, you can draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Nightmare Unicorn once per turn. While any co-linked Nightmare monsters are on the field from your normal draw in your draw phase, draw 1 card for a different card name among those co-linked Nightmare monsters, instead of drawing just 1 card. Dark Burning Attack. If you control a Dark Magician Girl monster, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Dark Burning Magic. If you control monsters whose original names are Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Eternal Soul. Every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's cards. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the following effect of Eternal Soul once per turn. You can activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard. Add 1 Dark Magic Attack or 1,000 Knives from your deck to your hand. Grand Sulfurcord Colia. Fairy Link Effect. 2 plus monsters including a Pendulum monster. Gains 100 attack for each face-up Pendulum monster in your extra deck. The activated effects of Pendulum monsters this card points to cannot be negated. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can special summon 1 Sulfurcord card with an odd pendulum scale from your Pendulum Zone this card points to, and if you do, negate the activation. Then you can add 1 Sulfurcord Pendulum monster with an even pendulum scale from your deck to your face-up extra deck. Yugioh, the Absolute Zero Mayakashi. Zombie Link Effect. 2 plus zombie monsters. You can only control 1 Yugioh, the Absolute Zero Mayakashi. Negate any activated effects of your opponent's banished monsters. If a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, or a monster effect is activated in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target other face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0, and if you do, negate its effects. You can use this effect of yugioh, the Absolute Zero Mayakashi, up to twice per turn. Vala Cedar, the Generator Bosses. Fairy Effect. You can only control one Vala Cedar of Generator Bosses. You can only use each of the following effects of Vala Cedar of the Generator Bosses once per turn. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send other Generator card from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon one Generator Boss from your hand or graveyard except Vala Cedar of the Generator Bosses. Kaiser Glider Golden Burst. Dragon Effect. You can tribute one monster, special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Kaiser Glider Golden Burst once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. This card's attack becomes that monster's current attack until the end of this turn. Magician's Souls. Spellcaster Effect. You can send up to 2 spells and traps from your hand or field to the graveyard. Draw that many cards. If this card is in your hand, you can send one level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to your graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Special summon this card, or send this card to the graveyard, then special summon one Dark Magician or one Dark Magician Girl from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Magician's Souls once per turn. Angela Valmonica. Fairy Pendulum Effect. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card. Take one Domino Valmonica from your deck and place this card and that card in your pendulum zones. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can banish one Valmonica normal spell or trap from your graveyard. Apply whichever effect on that card includes gaining life points. You can only use each effect of Angelo Valmonica once per turn. Domino Valmonica. Fiend Pendulum Effect. If this card is in your hand, you can discard one other card. Take one Angelo Valmonica from your deck and place this card and that card in your pendulum zones. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon this turn, you can banish one Valmonica normal spell or trap from your graveyard. Apply whichever effect on that card includes taking damage. You can only use this effect of Domino Valmonica once per turn. Duralume Valmonican Heathen Hollow. Fairy Link Effect. One effect monster. Cannot be linked summoned unless you have 3 or more resonance counters on fairy monster cards in your pendulum zone. You can only special summon Duralume Valmonican Heathen Hollow once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can target your opponent's controls up to the number of resonance counters in your pendulum zone, destroy them. You can remove 3 resonance counters from your pendulum zone. This card can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase this turn. Mementotlin Mace. Fairy Effect. During your opponent's main phase, if you control Mementotl Tekulika, Combined Creation Quick Effect, you can discard this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. During your main phase, you can destroy one memento monster you control, and if you do, add one memento card from your deck to your hand, except Mementotlin Mace. You can only use each effect of Memento and Mace once per turn. Protecting Spirit, Logaeth. Fairy effect. If this card is on the field, it is destroyed in battle or card effect. You can target one monster on the field. It cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. You can only use each of the following effects of Protecting Spirit, Logaeth once per turn. If the effect of a fairy monster you control is activated except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you target one face-up card your opponent controls and one attack position monster you control, banish that opponent's card, and if you do, change your monster to defense position. Abyss Actor, Liberty Dramatist. Fiend Pendulum effect. If this card is special summoned from the Pendulum Zone, the owner of this card reveals 3 Abyss script spells from their deck. Their opponent randomly picks one for this card's owner to set on their field, but the owner destroys it during the end phase. Also shuffle the rest into the deck. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 Abyss script spell from your graveyard into the deck. You can only use each effect of Abyss Actor, Liberty Dramatist once per turn. I hope you guys enjoyed the rain and the thunder, and of course the cards. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.